What does it mean to be a great leader? So as we grow our own companies, we're going to need to work on our leadership skill. So in this video, I want to share with you what leadership really means to me and how you can adopt some of these qualities so that you could become a great leader. Hi guys, it's Linh Podetti here, Director of Outsourcing Angel, and welcome to our channel. On this channel, you're going to find information and a lot of education around outsourcing and how to grow a virtual team so that you could have more profit and more time to spend with your loved ones. Now, if you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell button so that you get notification when we release our videos. So in this video, I want to share with you what are the qualities you need to become a great leader. And let's start with the letter L. So I'm going to break it down to L-E-A-D-E-R and what those letters actually represent. The first letter is love. I can't, emphasize enough how much it really truly means to truly love. Love someone, not because they're going to bring you more money, not because you are needing them to provide services so that you could actually have a business. It's really truly love the person because for them as a person. Until we can love the people that we hire, they're not going to love us back because people feel it. People know when you're being genuine and you truly care about their well-being and that you've got their best interests at heart. So the first letter is really important to me. Even our own company, the one word that we live by is love. We really want to show that we love one another, we love our clients, we love everything about the things that we do, and we only do things if we love it. So that means we don't make decisions based on money. That means we don't go and hire people just because they said they're going to do work, but their attitude sucks, because we want to feel love in this company. And as a leader, you really need to find that place in your heart where you truly care about the people you work with and you come from the deep place of love, not by any sort of gain that you're trying to get from anyone, but really truly that you want to know what their goals are, what your team members' goals are. You want to see how you can help them, as well as the clients you serve, right? It's like sometimes maybe your service isn't suitable for them. Then it's being honest and letting them know that it's not suitable, or guiding them in the right direction rather than just trying to make money from your clients. So I really think that as a leader and running your own business is really truly about love. The next letter is E. E for empathy. I really think that as a leader, we're going to be thrown a lot of challenges, right? We're going to have ups and downs in business, and we're going to need our team to be there to support us. And it's through those tough times that it's going to test our character. It's going to test our leadership skill. And the one thing that I really feel that I'm able to do to make people feel that, we're still a strong team and we have a great culture is empathizing with people. So some of my staff make mistakes sometimes, and we all do. We're human beings and we make mistakes. But it's when they make mistakes, I empathize and try to understand, how did it happen? What actions did you take? And rather than coming in with finger pointing at them and going, how could you do this? Well, it's really come from a place of understanding. And sometimes staff could also, reduce in their work performance because of something's happening in their life. And it's really, rather than coming in to assume and attack, it's like, how can you understand? How can you empathize with what they're going through and help them through a situation? And it's when you do those things, it's when they're going to also be there for you, empathize with you when you're going through challenges or when you need them to work longer hours. So E is for empathy. The next letter is A. A is appreciate. Now, I'm not talking about just saying thank you, well done, awesome work. It's become like a norm, when you say that. It's like when you say hello, how are you? It's just like, it just goes in and out. And so nowadays, of course, we're raised in Australia and, our parents teach us how to be polite. So we say thank you. We say, great work, good boy, good girl. However, we need to take it up another level when it comes to great leadership. So for me, I would always take my time out to say, hey, just want to let you know that I really appreciate that you stayed back late and did this work, and I really, you didn't really have to, but you did, and I want to thank you for that. It's that moment of thank you-ness that they didn't expect, right? It's like sort of pulling someone on the side and go, I just want to let you know that I really appreciate you. It's in those moments that people just feel so much love for you because they feel like they're recognized, they're appreciated, because we think that, hey, I say thank you, you gave me something, I said thank you. That's not enough anymore as a leader nowadays, that I feel. And I do that with my own husband as well. When we're working through things in our marriage and he does something, rather than just go, oh, thanks for that, I actually send him a message and go, hey, I just want to let you know that I've noticed that you've put a lot of effort in and it really means so much to me. And can you imagine receiving that from someone? It's just so much more encouraging. It makes you feel like, yeah, that you notice my effort and you truly appreciate that. So appreciated is not a simple word of thank you in your everyday language. It's writing a letter. I've tried writing letters to my team members and mail it to them, and they were so surprised. It's just going, hey, just want to let you know that I care about you and thanks for this, but it's through a mail. And so there's so many methods to appreciate. You can email with this sort of email that they didn't expect, and then a mail out, like a letter, handwritten letter, or just simply a message. But overall, try to go beyond just the word thank you and show your appreciation. The next letter is D. D for decisive. As a leader, we need to make decisions. When it comes to, especially keeping a great culture, when you are noticing someone that's not suiting the company and other staff are getting affected, it's really important to make a decision, right? Because I notice a lot of leaders that I've come across where the problem isn't big enough, so they sort of let it slide, or they don't want to hurt people's feelings, so then they don't want to decide, they don't want to make a decision. But by simply not making a decision is a decision. And so as a leader, we have to be brave enough to decide. That's just an example of where a decision is really required urgently before the culture goes really bad and affecting other staff. And as a leader, we're going to have to make so many big decisions, and we can't run away from it. We can't leave it to our own staff to decide for us. There are things that will require us to be more decisive, be brave enough to make that decision, and even if it's wrong, we know that we've learned something from it rather than avoiding the decision making. The next letter is E. E is for enjoy. It's so important, sometimes we hustle and bustle and work in our business so hard that we forget to enjoy. And so as part of my culture and the way I've always lived my life is I enjoy every moment. So, we're always having fun, we're always trying to catch up with each other, we're having a laugh, we celebrate wins. It's really about how can we just make it less of a job and intense, right? Even when you're going through tough times, you just, sometimes I put on a hat and go, hey guys, and I just act really silly just to get everyone on a lighter spirit, just to enjoy the process more, because business can be really tough, and if we focus too much on the numbers and the goals, we don't get to enjoy the process, and business will continue to get more challenging and more people, more intense. So it's really about every moment of the day, how can you just bring more fun and light into it so that you can enjoy more? And it means really loving one another. Like I said, will make enjoying easier. If you have people around you that you don't love and that you don't encourage love in your organization, then it's harder to enjoy. And finally, the last letter is R. R is for real. So I've spelled out leader, L-E-A-D-E-R. R is for real. It's really important as a leader to be able to be yourself, to be real, because the moment we can be real is the moment that we also allow others around us to feel like they can be real. They can be honest with their feelings, because we're honest with our feelings. I was inspired to be real when I first met my manager. So it was in my graduate role. There was this manager, her name was Antoinette Brandy. I still thank her to this day for showing me what a true leader she was. I just felt like she was a person versus the other bosses that I've worked with at an intern job and in other places. They really just acted really arrogant, professional. They just made me scared. I felt like I was walking on eggshells around them, because they weren't a person anymore. They were like acting like my boss, and they had that demeanor that I also had to be somewhat, be professional, act in a certain way. Whereas when I was with Antoinette Brandy, she was like really herself. Outside of work or inside of work, we would have conversations as if it's the same. And I felt that I knew her as a person, I trust her as a person, and I was inspired to be myself and work hard for her because I trusted her as a person. And so she really taught me that one thing to do in life is to just be myself. You know, don't try to put a hat on because now you're this or now you're that, because it's so much harder to actually be that way. And so I encourage my team to just say how they feel. And you know, sometimes we're talking about hard topics, and yet because we have such a real culture, we just say it out, and there's no offensive, no one gets hurt, no one feels anything, because we feel like we just are talking from out the bottom of our heart. I really think that being real is so applicable to anything in life, not just as a business owner, but even around your husband, around your wives and your kids, and around your friends. It's easier to be real and to find your authenticity. Find a place where you can be vulnerable, and you just know that I love myself for me, and others should love me for me as well, because I do. And I'm going to say how I feel, and I'm going to tell them what's bothering me. I'm going to ask for help. I'm just going to be the real me versus putting on a mask or a front. So those are the words or the description or the qualities that I really think of a true leader. L-E-A-D-E-R, for love, for empathy, for appreciation, for decisiveness, for decisions, for enjoy, and finally for being real. So guys, if you enjoy my video, please don't forget to subscribe and press the bell button. And if you have any questions for me, or you have any questions around business, leadership, marketing, or outsourcing, let me know in the comments below, and I'll make a video especially for you. Thank you guys. Bye.